Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break and be right back.
Yo,
I
you
seen
look
it.
like you about to puke again.
I seen it.
Man.
I was like, yo, he's about to let one out. Bro, go downstairs. Get some
step
water.
out the door. Step out the door. So that cold air don't slap
And
you.
this man walking around with in socks. He's suffering. And this man is suffering. Hell nah.
Yo, you still intoxicated. That's why you feel like that.
Yo, listen, when you leave here, you can go right there to that Burger King, bro. Go get some fries, bro. Get some fries that are fresh out the grease.
I don't know why you ain't get something to eat on your way here.
Something fresh out the grease, bro.
Yo, you didn't eat last night?
I did, but
Before you went to sleep, after you finished drinking.
Before you drink, did you eat anything?
yeah, I'm burning up right now.
You like you about to get naked though. Pause. Hold on.
Man, this man walking around in his socks. That's crazy.
Yes, sir. It's the 9 to 5 Sports Guys. It's your boy T,
What's happening? It's your man TJ.
What's going on? It's your boy Nam.
and it's episode 68,
115.
something like that.
Yeah, we'll roll with
It's- we'll-
We'll roll with that.
yeah, we about to get to the point where we about to stop just saying what episode it is.
Call it 115.
It's a lot to talk about. A lot has happened since we last recorded. Fellas, take it away.
Just let's start with the wild card weekend.
Postseason, from last weekend with Dallas and Green Bay.
Yeah, let's get right into pause. Let's get right into that.
Listen, Dak Prescott, I gotta get.
No. You gotta keep the same energy you had.
Listen,
all
Yeah,
year.
listen.
most
Middle
definitely.
name and
Yeah,
all that nonsense you was
yeah.
running with.
I will say this. I'm gonna give Nam credit, even though, Dak has proven him right, but Dak, he didn't show up that game. I mean, the whole team didn't show up. The first drive, first time Green Bay had the ball, first drive of the game, they took 8 minutes off the clock.
Well, they never let up.
Yeah,
They never let up.
and Jordan Love, he looked fantastic in his first start in the playoffs. And Dak, I mean, he I don't know if if he was on FanDuel on one of these sport betting apps, because he was missing receivers. He just didn't look comfortable in the first half. And the only reason why they even had that little comeback is because he was playing against the second string. So
It's like I said, man. It's only the year. The year only changes. The team is still the same. Doesn't matter, man. Dak's gonna give you picks. They're only a regular season team. I said this weeks ago.
Serving turnovers. All
You know what I mean? Wait till it's playoffs, and then you're gonna get. They are who we thought they were.
see, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's literally the definition of insanity.
So when are you gonna stop? Like deciding that.
Listen, first and
so much
foremost,
eggs in
right?
this basket.
First and foremost, I just want to let everybody know I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I'm also not a hater. Dallas has never prevented the Jets from getting to the playoffs or beat us in the playoffs, so I'm not a fan or a hater. I was just simply giving Dak his props because he was playing good, but the real Dak turned into a pumpkin in the playoffs.
He might have minimized the interceptions, but
Yeah,
the gameplay was still the same.
yeah.
What was different from last year? We went and got Brandon Cook. They put Tony Pollard as a starting back in the back. What changed? You can easily go ahead and say, what's my man name? That Diggs. Diggs wasn't there. Well, he wasn't there for the majority of the season. So
Yeah.
But by that same notion, Deron Bland, he had a bunch of picks and
Yeah.
He had like 6
scored.
picks.
Yeah,
yeah.
he stepped up.
Scored
He
a lot,
stepped up.
so we can't use that as a reason why they lost.
Yeah,
They couldn't stop the run.
they just couldn't they couldn't get it done.
Right.
And Dak is the leader, so he has to put the team on his shoulders, and he didn't. Plain
Right.
and simple.
Michael Parsons too.
Yeah.
Well, moving forward, I think Dan Quinn needs to have a better scheme. You just can't sit there and put five DBs out there.
Well, I don't think he's going to be there next season.
Well,
He's
Yeah.
interviewing for
Potentially.
head coaching jobs. So
I mean, you just can't put 5 DBs out there and think you're going to dominate the line
Right.
of scrimmage or prevent anybody from running at you.
I agree.
It's good to have speed, but you have to have some bigger linebackers out there as well.
So
Yeah.
what's your take on them retaining McCarthy for another year?
I listen. They said that I think he won. I might get the number off, but like 37 games in the last
He's-
3 years.
He's been 12 and he's won no less than 12 games.
12 games. And I understand we live in a microwave society where it's like reaction based, but 12 wins a year, that's nothing to sneeze at. Is he the one of the greatest head coaches? No, but to get 12 wins a year, that's not easy. And coming from Jason Garrett, Skip Bayless used to always call him 8-8. Jason Garrett, 12. You go from that to 12 wins a year. They just got to get over the hump.
I'll speak on this. Yeah, it's not it's hard to do to
Yeah.
get 12 games, in a regular season. But my thing is with that is with a regular season you have a chance to make that up. See, the team the team is defined in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
you make the playoffs. Well, we can say, well, look at Mike Tomlin. It's the same situation. He's haven't had a losing season,
Mhm.
but
In playoffs, he hasn't had anything since the Super Bowl run.
right,
Yeah.
But so, I mean, how it's like the question you asked last time. You was like, how long do you go with that? That notion.
Mediocrity.
Yeah,
At what point does mediocrity becomes a trend that you don't want to be a part of?
right.
See, for certain teams, the standard is different. So, being a Jet fan, if we would have had that 12 wins a season, that's gold for us.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
But a team like Dallas, Pittsburgh,
With prestige and
yes,
championship.
yeah, you can't really get away with that.
Right.
Had Belichick not won but just made the playoffs in the last couple of years, compared to what they've been, it wouldn't have been good enough.
I think they just need to remove that name that was given by the media. Cowboys are not America's team. Yes.
Honestly, I think this is McCarthy's last dance, anyways.
Where's the final years of that
This is
contract?
Last year of the contract. So if he doesn't get anything done, obviously we know what's happening. They're not going to retain him. But
Right.
they're just going to play it out, see what happens, and
Real quick,
Dak.
Yeah.
I just want to say, give a shout out to one of the greatest Oklahoma quarterbacks of all time, Baker Mayfield.
Baker.
Well, I tell you.
Baker Mayfield, man, shake and bake. He came through last week. He
Ricky
beat the
Bobby.
Eagles. And I don't know if y'all saw the video of the Eagles fan that threw popcorn
Yeah.
on.
Sirianni. Is it
Listen.
Sirianni?
Yeah.
I don't care how much my team is losing. I'm never gonna disrespect somebody, or you can basically say that was assault.
Absolutely.
Why would you? But why is the question? And I think as fans, sometimes fans take it more personal than the actual people that are involved.
Right. Too
You
much passion.
Pat, but that's just ridiculous, though. You're a grown man,
True.
so
Well, when you add a little bit of alcohol and emotions, things tend to fly.
Yeah. Alcohol is probably the leading factor in all that. I would agree. How about
Drink
yourself?
responsibly.
no comment. No comment.
Nah. But all jokes aside, I think Baker is a definition of what we were talking about, momentum going into the playoffs. They got hot at the right moment.
Yeah.
And he basically took advantage of a team that wasn't trending in the right direction, which was Jalen Hurts. Of course, they were hurt, no pun intended, on the receiver side, and they haven't been able to run the ball
Eagles just ain't look right in the past 4-5 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, not to take anything from Tampa. It's just
he took advantage.
That's a wounded bird.
And Nick Sirianni didn't look. You know, they was questioning about firing him.
It's a wounded bird.
Your wings got clipped.
They was questioning on firing him. So which I don't understand.
He ain't been fired yet, so I'm thinking he's gonna come back.
I think people are saying that he inherited a good team and really took him to heights that somebody else could do. He's not doing
From
anything.
Doug Peterson?
Yeah, he's not doing anything special. That's the notion from the fan base, that he's not doing anything amazing.
Right. Well,
but I think it's too soon to just fire him. There's a lot of things that went wrong, and there's a lot of things that they need to clean up as far as injuries and scheme and being locked in and Super Bowl hangover, things of those nature.
Well, and a lot of those guys from that Super Bowl on the defensive side left too. So
But it's the Philadelphia Bulldogs.
Hey, look, I can't help how they drafted.
We
got an eye ring out of them. That's all.
It's the whole Georgia defense.
Yeah,
Ravens Texans. What's your thoughts on that game?
Texans got manhandled
Yesterday?
second half.
Yeah.
That's what me and him was discussing earlier. I think the Packers, and which we'll get to in a little bit, and the Texans are the Memphis Grizzlies of the NFL. They're ahead of schedule. Like what we looked at Memphis at last year, being ahead of schedule, they're not supposed to be here. But I'm not mad at their performance either. If you give them some time next year with a little bit of weapons, pair somebody up with Nico Collins, a decent run game, some better health, I think they'll be okay next year. Lamar did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, they ran up against a juggernaut. I mean, it was good for 10-10 first half, but the better team adjusted with what they had, and
talent made a difference.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Not taking nothing from C.J. Stroud, hell of a rookie career here, so he'll more likely be rookie of the year.
Over the kid from the Rams?
More likely.
Puka.
Yeah.
It's consensus. It's a quarterback too. He's showed more with a team that his new head coach.
Right.
Everything is all new. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I seen the stat. I think with a rookie head coach. No, I don't think. Yeah, I think it was a rookie head coach. I can't remember, but it was Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, and I think C.J. Stroud was the third one. That was like a rookie head coach, rookie quarterback combination.
To make a playoff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Sanchez was.
I think it was like 5 guys. 4 or 5 guys. Sanchez was one of them.
Yeah,
did it twice. Was it reaching the winning the first playoff games as rookies?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it twice. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about first of all, what Detroit? What's your thought on Detroit? Last week and.
I mean they
legit.
They're
legit. They legit, man. I think they'll beat the Bucks today. Especially being at home, Bucks went to their house when they played and beat them 20-6. So
week two, I believe.
So they're gonna be in Ford Field this time, and more likely it's probably gonna be the same scenario. More likely.
Beat down.
Yeah, I mean, what the Bucks don't have anything different.
You don't believe in blitz, Todd Bowles? That's all. That's all he did to Jalen all night.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to work with the Detroit. Got a bigger front line. I don't think it's going to work. Plus, Goff got quite a few weapons to.
But see, I think y'all looking at it wrong. I think the biggest key for the Bucks is the weather. You know, playing outside against Detroit.
Oh, you
What do you mean? They're gonna be in a dome, bro. So ain't it gonna
you must be drunk.
yeah,
You ain't hear about that reporter?
Yeah,
yeah.
And told Todd Bowles that.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I think the keys to the game is gonna be golf. Like, of course, last week he was on a high playing his former team that basically gave up on him. How does he build on that momentum now that you're in the second round? Nobody thought you could make it this far. Now you're playing one of the hottest teams in the NFC. How do you build on that?
That home crowd,
Yeah.
you know, Ford Field gets loud.
Yeah.
It gets loud.
Yeah.
And I don't, you know, now Tampa Bay got good linebackers, you know.
Right.
So I think the running game will be part of that key, not as well as quarterback play. But I think if you're not gonna be able to stop that run. Amon St. Brown, and he's just gonna go off on you.
That and Tampa's offense. Last week they had a lot of drops.
Yeah.
Will Otten and Evans
Overthrows? Yeah. Baker's missing a lot.
Will they be able to withstand the noise and all that?
Packers 49ers. What do you guys think about the game yesterday?
That was a good game. It was a tight game. He alluded to it earlier, man. Just inexperience for the Packers in the mainly for Jordan Love, just inexperience in the playoffs. He did good up until that point at the end.
Yeah. Next year he's not making that throw.
Yeah. Do y'all think the kicker should have made that field goal?
He should have. I mean, granted, it was a little windy, but I mean,
One job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Got one
And
job.
he missed it by a hair, so that would have made all the difference because the game would have went in overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if it goes into overtime, it comes down to who has the last possession.
Yeah. I really thought the 49ers were going to lose that game.
I did too.
I really did.
when Debo went down, I was like, you know what? There's a high chance they're going to lose this game.
Yeah.
High chance.
Yeah, I really thought that.
Again, 49ers have been able to tread water, and they're really just relying on their defense. But, of course, Brock bailed them out last night.
But not only that, the defense got a little torched.
Yeah.
From what I was looking at, and they were getting ran on. It seemed like they can't even stop the run.
Right.
Even with the linebackers and defensive ends they got.
Yeah, Bosa and Chase.
Yeah.
Bills Chiefs. I feel like we get this almost every year, if not every other year.
Who you got?
I got the Chiefs.
Nah. I think the Bills take it this time, man. They've met 4-5 times in this same situation here, and I think they finally get over the hump now, just like Peyton Manning had to with the Colts over Tom Brady.
I'm gonna give you another hot take, like I did a week ago, 2 weeks ago, man. Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Swayze, Patrick Starr. Bills. What is that? That's a Destiny's Child's record? Bills,
Yeah.
Bills,
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Bills. I think, again, Josh Allen has to prove why he is an elite quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a triangle between him, Burrow, and Mahomes. They all have to go through somebody's house to make it where they need to make it.
Right.
But out of the three, only one of them
Josh hasn't been able to eclipse any of the two.
Right.
Out of the three, only one of them has a Super Bowl though, a ring.
Yeah,
Right.
But two of them have played in one.
But Burrow had to knock the Chiefs out in order to get to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. So you got to do it.
He's played in the Super Bowl. Josh has yet to give us that.
Right.
So Josh has to do this for us to consider him, the Brady,
elite. Yeah.
Manning, Roethlisberger. They all had to play one another to make it to the next level. So
Plus his coach job online.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Y'all want to talk about the head coaches getting fired?
Well, I know you want to talk about Nick Saban so bad. You know what I'm saying?
7 championships, baby.
6.
No, he got 7.
Oh, it's only 6 with Alabama. My bad. I forgot he got one somewhere else. My fault.
LSU.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Yeah, he was coach at
What,
LSU.
what's your thoughts? You know, I know it's near and dear to your heart. What's your thoughts?
I think he got out at the right time with the whole NIL.
You think that's what drove him?
Yeah.
NIL.
Yeah, I think he would have retired whether he had won this championship or not. Shocking, but to see how it went down, I think if he had got this one, he was going to retire regardless. It would have been nice to go out on top, but some don't. But he's still at the top, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, what's in store for Alabama now? Do they? I mean, are they still going to be the elite? I see guys entering the transfer portal like crazy.
I think that's what did it too. The transfer portal and the NIL, like you said.
Yeah.
Those two things take away the mystique and the power and just the name of the program.
They do.
And it gives more power into the players' hands.
They do.
The recruits. So him being I guess like the structured guy that he is, it takes away from Nick Saban, the name, the aura.
Yeah.
To where now, if I'm a 5-star recruit, I'm making $2 million.
Yeah.
Whether I play or don't play. So
It's hard to tell a kid, once they're making that kind of money, what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it takes away from what he wants when you see guys like Deion swaying kids ahead of time because they're larger than life personalities.
I even think he had a comment on the transfer portal.
Deion?
Yeah, he made a comment.
It benefits him though, doesn't it?
I don't know. What was it he was saying? He was saying something like 50. He was like 50. He's like you can barely get that. What he said? You can barely get that to a walk on.
Right. I mean, again, I think Nick Saban just seen the writing on the wall the same way that we seen the legendary coaches in basketball decide to walk away because they see the transfer portal and the NIL working against what they've built for the past decade or 2 decades or however long they've been there, which is the power that he was talking about.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break and be right back.
You look like you about to puke again.
I seen it.
Man.
I was like, yo, he's about to let one out. Bro, go downstairs.
Hey, yo, step out the door. Step out the door. That cold air don't slap you.
Hey, this man walking around with in socks. He's suffering.
All right, so
quickly, let's we'll wrap it up here with this. So, being that there's some coaches that retired, Saban, Belichick, and the Patriots parted ways.
Now I heard he did 2 interviews with Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
if I'm Belichick,
he interviewed Atlanta.
Yeah.
They didn't interview him. I
But-
think he's trying to see if he wants to go there.
but the thing with Belichick is he's a genius, right? So if I'm just saying speculation, if he takes that job, think about it like this: you just got to win 8-9 games, and you in the playoffs.
Well, look,
Am I lying?
it's a hard.
What is it, like a backhand compliment? Because I mean, we're in that division.
I know. So he's thinking about it like this: just get to 8 or 9, and you're automatically in the playoffs.
You think he's trying to like? Because I mean, there's similar scenarios, right? Because Tom went to the same division and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he dominated the division for what, 3 years?
Right.
So
2 years.
nah, he was there for 3. Remember,
Yeah,
first
he won
year,
the first one because he won the first one and
He lost the second one.
Lost the second one
and then last year he lost to Dallas.
Yeah.
But and then you think about a team that's just one piece away, quarterback. You got weapons. The defense is good. You just a quarterback away.
And to chime on that quarterback situation, man, I'm hearing, there's three quarterbacks, because Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, and Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kirk.
And Kirk did say that he would not turn down a chance to play for Bill Belichick. So,
Well, yeah. What's your take? How would you feel if you got Bill Belichick?
Hey, look,
how much of the needle does that move?
I'll take Bill Belichick. Bill Nye the Science Guy, whatever. It don't matter. I just need
Billy Gunn.
yeah.
Hey, look.
You know, I take.
Y'all killing me here, man. I'm trying not to exert any more energy than I have to.
But you know, Belichick.
Bill Goldberg.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Yo, Belichick, Harbaugh, which he's been interviewed twice too as well. So,
Okay.
I mean, both of those guys are winning coaches. Got a winning mentality. You know, we just got to have that quarterback in place, which I see if we do get one of those guys, I expect a veteran quarterback to be there as well, and that's all we're missing. So, you know, hey, it's all about winning the Super Bowl here, not just to win regular season games. You know, we're not the Cowboys, so you know, that's what it's all about. You know, no mean disrespect your team.
Okay, and Pete Carroll decided to step away from coaching, and I think he's taking the advisor role over there.
Well, he didn't decide to do
He
that.
didn't decide. They decided
Seattle
for
did
him.
that. Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
So how does that, like, what is Pete Carroll's legacy?
Great coach.
Super
Did a
Bowl.
phenomenal job.
College championship.
College championship, won a Super Bowl.
Could have had two.
Yeah, I know his earlier days wasn't as successful, but it's not how you start; it's how you finish. So he was able to rejuvenize Geno Smith.
I remember earlier in the year when y'all said, well, mainly, I think you said it as well. I think you said it as well. Well, you know, I think Geno saved his job. He just saved it for another season because that was it.
Well, Geno, if he would have had another phenomenal season, I think he would have still been there, in my opinion.
Pete
Yeah.
Carroll? I mean, all the main thing these guys have in common is they're in their 70s. So
Right.
the motivation of staying up late and, you know, dealing with bad teams and things of those nature, I don't think is quite the same when you're in your 70s as it was when you're maybe 62.
Well, the Patriots was a bad team all around.
Right.
So, yeah, I can understand that, wanting to get away from that and try to chase another ring. Pete Carroll's situation, he's still going to be with the team as an advisor. So, I don't, you know.
Which ain't bad.
Yeah. Which they still got to up and up, but, you know.
What about hot seat? Coaches in a hot seat like Tomlin. Is Tomlin in the hot seat? Because we seen him walk off when they asked him.
Right. I think
he coming back for his last year.
I think his seat is getting hot now.
Okay.
You know, I think it is. I mean, yeah, that's a touchy thing when they was asking about his contract. So I think it's getting hot now.
Yeah, being mediocre.
Yeah. Bills coach, he's definitely his seat's on fire.
McDermott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His seat's on fire. McCarthy.
Of course.
Hot.
Robert Saleh.
Hot.
Think so?
Absolutely.
You really, but a lot of it is not his fault though.
It's not, but
It is your fault.
owners become impatient.
You drafted the second overall pick.
In Zach. Yeah, but let's be honest. Zach coming out of college is one of the better talents at that point. It's not like you've seen some
Talent show.
Nobody's seen like Mitch Trubisky type of thing.
Talent show.
I think you get a pass just because, you know, Rodgers got hurt.
Right.
I think he gets a pass.
If Rodgers is playing
and see what happens this year.
and y'all play like this, then yes, I would agree to that. But Rodgers played all of 4 snaps.
Listen.
3 snaps, what it was?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, Roger Rabbit, Roy Rodgers. It don't matter. Robert Saleh's on the hot seat.
I mean, we'll see. I don't really. I think after this season, upcoming year, I think we can evaluate that better. But right now, I think it would be unfair to him to just put him in the hot seat.
You know what we can evaluate? The Indiana Pacers trade when we come right back.
And we're back. We had interesting a couple of weeks of basketball. Ja came back, electrified us.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple of trades. We've had Draymond and his fiasco, and a lot of things. We learned a lot about certain teams, like the Nuggets are the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Boston is Boston.
All right.
The Bucks are putting it together. What are some mid-season awards that you guys would like to give out, like MVP, Most Valuable Player, Coach of the Year, so on and so forth, up to this point.
My early MVP would be Shea Gildress.
Oh, SGA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be my early MVP.
Definitely best point guard I'll give you right now. So
Easily.
you know what I'm saying?
Easily.
I'll give him that.
And
MVP though. Yeah, I'm gonna put Embiid in there.
yeah, Embiid he's on the tear.
Yeah.
He's on the tear also.
This year he deserves it.
That's why I was waiting on. I was waiting to hear comments on
year?
that. Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Right.
I won't even argue with it. I think he's just on the, like you said, he's on a scoring tear. It's consistent, but it looks better than what it did last year. Last year was like, like you're just whining about everything and all. But this year he's playing well. Maxey's playing well as well.
The wine is still there though.
I mean, yeah, he's still doing what he's doing.
You say he's BB and CC.
Yeah. But Embiid is definitely balling out. I think Jokic doesn't really care for the regular season. It's almost like the Kawhi Leonard effect. Sometimes he'll play,
right,
depending on the competition. We'll see his play change. Sometimes he'll give you a triple double in 2 quarters.
Well, let's not leave Giannis out though.
Giannis, I think Luka and the Mavs are playing really well, underrated. Right. But I think Ant-Man might be front runner for MVP.
Yeah,
I forgot about him.
We have to
AKA
Ant-Man. What's crazy is they're 1-2 in the West.
Yeah,
1-2, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, changing of the guards, if you will.
Right.
They're showing us that the NBA is in good hands.
Rookie of the year.
Chet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I know you. Go ahead.
No disrespect, man, and what I said about Chet before the season, he can ball. I give him that.
Right.
I doubted him, hands down, solid.
I think you just really weren't like, how can you be doing the rookie of the year this year? I think that's what your whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, he a super sophomore, but still.
Right.
What about Scoot Henderson's slow start? Like, is that surprising to y'all?
Not really.
Kind of, because Portland sucks, so I thought he would flourish more on a sorry team.
He have more opportunities.
Right, but it's the league is not forgiving to people that comes in, whether you have talent in the college or not. It's not forgiving.
Right.
Plus, he's in the West, so
I mean, I don't really have much to say. I just think it is surprising me because coming from, I think he came from the G League, right? Or the league that he played in, his numbers was through the roof.
Right.
And the projection was, he's a bigger guard. If he plays in the NBA, he'll be able to translate a little faster because he's had NBA-like experience. But for him to start out such a slow start is kind of surprising, but not that surprising, if you will. Surprising though.
The way he was playing in the summer league is like you just thought he was about, he was about to change the game. But I don't know. Maybe it's the bigger lights. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's this counts. Maybe I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what goes in the guys' heads, man.
Any early season surprises as far as teams that surprised you out of nowhere?
Orlando,
and my man Bachero, man. It's he's been balling, and I like him.
See what happens when Duke and Carolina get together. Good things happen.
Well, it is the greatest rivalry, but you mean playing together?
You got a Duke player and a Carolina player. They figured it out.
Well, only reason Cole is looking good because he cut them darn braids off. So, weight is off his shoulders now, yo.
I mean, I like Orlando. I think Memphis is kind of surprising. Of course, they have a crazy amount of injuries.
Memphis is surprising, but really not. I mean, they changed guys. I mean, you brought Marcus Smart in, who's injured now. It's just
you would think that would help them, right?
Yeah, well, Jaws gone. He came back. It was a little bit of spark, but now he's gone for the season. It's like, Debbie Downer, almost.
Okay, so we had some trades that took place, and of course, some more trades are gonna happen. Of course, we see that Toronto is unloading their roster to try to prepare for the rebuild. What other teams do you anticipate doing the same thing? And what do y'all think of Pascal's trade?
That was a good trade for the Pacers. Makes them better in the long run.
Pacers?
Mm-hmm.
Think so? Now, go.
Well, sending Bruce Brown over there to the Raptors. I mean, they what they get? They got down him and R.J. Barrett is there, and I mean, it's not going to do much for them with the top 5 teams in the East.
Toronto.
Yeah, it's not going to do much for.
I'm gonna use one of Terrence's words. The Pacers have Pascal's there on a rental. This is last year on his contract. I think they're gonna try to show him that, hey, if you stay with us and Tyrese comes back next year, we'll be a good team in the long run. So we'll give you the keys to the car. You drive it around, you test drive it, and then see if you want to have a passenger next year.
Potential is there.
That, and if he makes an all-star this year, I think he gets a big boost on his max contract. So it's an opportunity for him to showcase himself, but also see that he can build a home here and be a contender for the long run.
And he's a champion.
Yeah, he has everything. He has the pedigree. He knows what it takes to win.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a contributing piece on a championship team, like you said. So for the Pacers, it's a win for the short term. I don't know how it looks long term because we don't know if he's gonna come back.
If they retain him, it's only gonna look better for them. I mean, in my opinion,
okay. So what about Murray? Murray has been in the conversation. DeJounte Murray has been in the conversation of trades to the Lakers, the Warriors, back to San Antonio, the Knicks, Miami.
we speaking on him, or we speaking the Lakers and the Warriors?
Where does he fit at, and what makes sense for him, and to where he's the guy that gets them over the hump, whichever one of these teams are?
I mean, I don't think him alone is gonna get any one of those teams over the hump.
But him paired with whatever that they have over there, you don't think so? The Lakers or the Knicks?
The Knicks probably.
Knicks
probably. But I don't going to the Lakers. I don't think that gets the Lakers over the hump. They got more issues than that. I mean, just being real. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't know who's playing night to night. One guy's here, one guy's there. You know, it don't get any. It'll benefit the Knicks. It'll benefit the Knicks more, yo.
Nah, bro, this is insane.
Nah, I agree with y'all.
Hey, yo, bro.
I agree with y'all.
Yo, you gotta get it together, bro.
Yeah, I've been watching him, man.
Hey, look, y'all doing a great job, man. I'm clipping myself out.
Yo, you know what you need to do when you edit this, bro?
Yeah.
You just blur yourself out. You know how they do that on Cops and shit? Just blur yourself out.
Put a big ass alcohol bottle.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't see. Yo, he's over
here. Crazy. Crazy, boy. I ain't never seen you like this, man. Look,
I ain't never seen him like this either. You know what I mean?
But Draymond came back recently. What do y'all make of that? Do you think he's gonna have another outburst? Is he due for one?
I think it's a matter of time.
Matter of time.
When will it occur? I don't know. I just you talking what? How many more games? 40 more games? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a matter of time when that happens again.
It's ticking time.
Yeah, it's all.
I mean, Draymond is Draymond. I was telling my brother, I said, what if we've been looking at it the wrong way? Like he's trying to force his way out without saying, I'm chasing championship. Right? Because the loyalty of the Warriors is what people have been talking about, them being able to keep the core together. But Draymond probably looks at it and is like, yeah, Clay ain't Clay. Steph needs a lot of help. I can't be what Steph needs, but I could do that somewhere else. So I got to force my way out. Self-sabotage.
So why take the extension then, if that was the case?
Well,
Why take the money?
you want the money because you get traded, that contracts get traded with you. You know,
Yeah.
without restructuring.
I'll go with that, but I knocking
Just-
people out is the way of you trying to get out of what? Get out of the team? Get out of the league?
I mean, he's trying to
Just
get
retire.
traded. He's trying to get traded somewhere. I mean, that's why I was saying let's look at it from a different angle because it doesn't make any sense the stuff he's been doing.
It could be talk, but I mean, he said that he was contemplating retiring while he was out.
Cap.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Cap.
you know,
If
anything.
that was the case, you wouldn't have asked for a 4-year.
Anything's good for the media. Yeah,
The Warriors wanted to do 2.
yeah.
He pushed for an extensive deal.
Right.
So all of a sudden, you just had to change the heart.
Look,
Possible, but
I ain't saying people can't change, but at this point in your life, you are.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you trying to Mike Tyson everybody, man, or trying to knock the Mario coins out of everybody. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. You know?
I mean, I don't know. Draymond is an interesting case, man. What about the Clippers? What's your thought on the Clippers, T? We would love, the world would love to get your take on the Clippers.
Clippers are rolling right now.
Are they really? You rolling too?
Hey, look, man. It's possible the Clippers could even come out, but how many times we done said that 4 years straight? You know, I hate to keep using Dallas Cowboys as the same format of, you know, losing, but it's the Clippers will do the same thing. It's like you expect them. Oh, they look good. Oh, this is the team that's going to come out of the West, and then they fold. Somebody gets hurt. Somebody chooses to wear Gucci today, and just chill or whatever the case may be. But until they go further without Chris Paul, because that's when they went the furthest. Until I see that, it's the same old team.
What about the Bucks?
What about them?
They're slow start, if you will. The gelling, and then you go from top whatever and on top 5 in defense, and now you're somewhere in the middle of the pack, almost the bottom half.
They need to get together too. I still expect them to be the same team when playoffs start, but they need to get together. I mean, you let the Pacers beat you 4 out of the 5 times y'all done met.
But I will say this: the Pacers, when Tyrese Halliburton is playing, is the only team that can match up with them the best. Because this is wild, The Pacers match up with them the best only because when they play their small big lineup with Bobby Portis and Lopez, right? That's their best lineup in terms of floor spacing because you got guys who can slash and can also shoot the ball. But when they play the Pacers, those guys can't move faster than the ball.
Right.
That's why the Pacers they really play 5 out.
Well,
Have them scrambling all over the court.
Yeah, and they play as a team versus Milwaukee having to have set plays for players.
Right. But defensively, they can't match up with that.
Right.
Because they just small ball them to death.
Right.
The same way that the Spurs did Miami that one year. The ball is always going to move faster than people's feet. And that's why they beat them 4 out of 5 times. I think the Bucks, the other thing I noticed with the Bucks too is, let's be honest, the elephant in the room is the pick and roll. We all know it's coming.
Right.
Y'all don't use it as often as you should, and you don't utilize it in the way that we think you're supposed to with Giannis and Dame. You're using it with Dame and everybody else but Giannis.
And that's what might hinder them in the playoffs, which may lead to the Celtics and 76ers again.
Okay. I mean, Boston looks phenomenal.
Yeah, they finally lost that streak the other night, but that means
at home?
Yeah, to Denver.
Oh yeah. Boston looks phenomenal. I mean, Denver is good too, but Boston, I think this is the year Jason Tatum.
Just like we said with the Bills. I mean, how many times can you do it until you get it together? I mean, that core right there. Excuse me, that core right there. Those two guys.
There's money on the line this year.
Exactly.
Right, there's money on the line.
I think
$300 million to be exact.
Yeah. So I think they don't they won't have to worry about teams like the Heat right now, and I don't think that the Knicks, the Knicks right now, like I said, remember I said they'd be like 4 and 5.
I think everybody's
five?
sleeping on the Knicks this
The
year.
Knicks, yeah. So
Right, T? Literally.
yeah,
People are sleeping on the Knicks this
yeah.
year.
but Boston will definitely be there. Just a matter of who's going to join them. It's going to be the Knicks. It's going to be the Sixers. It's going to be the Bucks. So
I think Miami makes a trade splash this year.
I was going to say something like that too.
I don't know what's going on in Cleveland. I don't know if they're going to give it like a full effort this year. But
could you see Donovan in Miami?
I think so, because it's obvious that him and Darius can't really play together, or they can't succeed together. They can play, but it won't be successful as you would want. They both need the basketball to be effective.
Is Jarrett tradable?
The center?
Yeah, Afro.
I think so. But
So-
I don't think they move on from that. I think he's a perfect fit for whichever one of the two they decide to keep.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, Donovan will be a package deal by himself.
Right.
So
I mean, and he's not coming back because we know he didn't sign the extension.
Right.
So
Right.
whatever he does this year is just an audition for his next team if they don't move on from him.
What do you think about the Timberwolves?
No, you know what's interesting? Remember in the beginning of the year, the conversation was moving on from Rudy or moving on from Karl Anthony Towns.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that they figured it out. So now, what do? You keep them? Because they look good. They're number one in the West. Ant-Man is grown into a potential league MVP.
I keep him. I keep him because, I mean, Edwards has been able to do something other guys haven't been able to do. Whether you call Butler, who else was there? Like
the way he's
Butler,
carried.
Butler wasn't able to do the things with Cat and
Right.
you know what I'm saying? He wasn't able to do those things, and it seems like to me that
Even Rubio.
Right, Rubio or what was it before that?
The Love era. He's been able to do something with Karl Anthony Towns. That you're absolutely.
And I'm gonna chime off Charles Barkley because he said this, and I believe it. Ant-Man is playing like the 88, 89 Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
he's balling like him right now.
I think his performance in the FIBA basketball and him playing in that atmosphere in that different type of basketball, he figured it out here.
Yeah, and they say that the big man is kind of going away from the league, but watching them play, like Gobert and Cat together, it's like it can still be done.
Lakers, Powell and Bynum, like that type of era where you got a guard who can penetrate, but then you also have these two big guys who can play off of each other.
Yeah.
One can pass better than the other one. One can shoot better than the other one, but they still dominate on the defensive end.
And the defenses was getting it.
Yeah,
it's like
especially in transition. In transition and on the perimeter, they've been able to make it work.
So do you think if Minnesota were to meet Denver in the Western Conference Finals, you think it'd be different?
Yeah, absolutely.
At this point,
Jokic plays whenever he wants to.
But do you think that Minnesota could overcome them?
No. I think the continuity of Denver and Mike Malone's coaching ability to be able to have the defense on their heels with the pick and roll constantly and moving Jokic in different spaces is going to be a matchup nightmare that they don't have an answer for. The same way Doc didn't have no answer personnel-wise for Jokic.
Right.
You can't put Gobert because he's going to beat him up. You can't put Karl Anthony Towns. He's going to drag him away from the rim.
This is why I keep...
Or vice versa.
This is why I keep the Warriors and the Lakers, like, from any of those conversations, because even if they get a play-in, you're going to be dominated by Minnesota, Denver, OKC,
Absolutely.
Sacramento, Dallas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're lucky to even get out of the first round if you even make the playoffs or even win the play-in. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to see that.
again, hot take.
It's the Pelicans.
To me, the Lakers window is done. It's shut unless they get some big name player, but they don't have the assets to even move in those spaces unless you're giving up future first round picks to win this year.
Yeah.
That in-season tournament championship might be the closest LeBron gets to another championship in his career. Granted, he has a lot left in the tank. I don't think they have the pieces around him to carry him there to where he now performs in the finals the way we know him to perform. But you're asking him to drag this team to the finals and perform like yesterday. Can't. Not at 38, 39, whatever, however it is. It's too much.
Yeah, AD is, is what you see is what you get. You're not going to squeeze any more juice out of that turnip. It ain't going to happen. You score 40 one night, 40 and 10 one night, then come back and, it was 15 and 6 or whatever.
You're going to play 55 minutes the next night, and you're going to give us like 14 and 5.
Right. There's no consistency on that team at all. That's why I said a trade, you trading for one player, nothing to take away from Murray. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is I don't think that's going to be the answer alone.
Yeah. I think a trade and just the coaching philosophy of the different lineups. You don't even know the Lakers' identity some nights.
But I still say to this day, your biggest asset to trade is LeBron James. I mean, it's not gonna. You're not gonna be set up for a championship. You're not gonna get it now, and you're definitely not gonna get it if you trade him. So you do it for the future.
You'll get something.
You have to reset.
Yeah, reset now as opposed to him finally leaving, and then you're resetting anyways.
Right.
So you better reset now with some assets and see if you can still drag something out of it and make something interesting for off season.
Look, work around Austin Reeves. He's the best thing you got going right now. Try to build off of that. I keep saying Human. I'm thinking Hashimura. Yeah, Hashimura. You know what I'm saying? The name was messing me up, but hey, look, didn't mean to mess your name up, bro. Those are things that they have working for them as pieces right now. But you got an aging Hall of Famer,
generational talent,
and you got AD who can't stay on the court.
Needs to be in a museum.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a dinosaur at this point. Yeah. So
I agree.
Go ahead and cut ties and just start over because right now you're setting yourself back even further. 5 years.
I agree.
Maybe longer.
I agree. I don't really think there's much more the Lakers could do to get to any type of championship aspiration besides what you just said.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to get the same thing next year or this year. You're going to go in the playoffs. You may make a push, but at some point you'll run out of gas like they did last year. And
Golden State is the same thing. You're not coming back like you used to. You think that you can limp yourself into the playoffs and then make this spectacular run. That's done. It's over.
Golden State is in bad shape. I think they need to do the same thing. Either allow Steph to go somewhere where he can compete, or you blow up everything around him and you start building today, and hopefully by the offseason you can attract some pieces to play with him.
I will blow up around him. You want to? He's still clutch.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I will blow up everything
around him.
It's
one of those two options.
Yeah, I will blow around him.
You're going to keep what you have and win.
Send Clay, get something for him.
Whatever you can get.
Draymond.
Whatever.
Send, you know what I'm saying?
Kamingo.
I don't know what's in Steph's mind as far as rebuilding, but you just gotta just finish your career out on top.
All good things must come to an end.
It has to. That's done, man.
All good things must come to an end.
It's too many West teams out there for you to try to pick who you want. Who you gonna pick to play in the first round? You know what I'm saying? Like.
That's true.
Yeah, everybody trying to get you to knock you out so they can get to the second round.
Right.
So that's done deal. I mean, the Knicks look better than the Knicks and the Lakers and the Warriors right now.
Absolutely.
Not take nothing from the Knicks, but they look way better than they do.
Yeah, man. With that being said, we're just gonna wrap it up right here. It's been an interesting episode.
Yo, this is a classic right here. This is gonna be one of the funniest. I promise you.
There's no way we just did a whole episode and this guy just slept through it.
Just went right there. Yeah, whole segment, bro.
Hey, man, but listen, man, we appreciate all the views. We appreciate all the support. It's your boy T.
Hey, it's your man TJ.
It's your boy Terrence.
Yo.
Terrence.
And this is your man T. So, hey, look, we out.